music. It just makes me want to do this.
Everyone in the city is gonna know how it feels to live in my world. A world without power. A world without mercy. A world without Spider-Man.
Who are you?
Don't you know? I'm Electro.
Yes, he was your father. But that didn't seem to stop him from leaving you.
I agree.
And I don't know how to do this without Ben. I don't know how. And you're dreaming about your perfect father who was never here. No.
She's kind of got a point.
I won't tell you. You're my boy. As far as I'm concerned, you're my boy.
Yes, exactly what she said. Yes.
You're more than enough. That's not what it's about. Don't get that twisted.
Doesn't everybody need to hear that once in a while? Just like, you're actually making me kind of emotional.
The genetics research that your father was doing with Norman Osborn was very valuable, and that people would pay a lot for it. And that's why he ran off with it. They said he was a traitor. I couldn't believe it, Peter. They told us he betrayed his best friend, all of us, for the money.
Mr. Osborn?
So he heard about how his dad screwed over his best friend. And now he's going to see his best friend. Don't break up with him!
Believe my eyes.
Oh, no. I can already tell this is not going to go well.
Spider-Man.
I want to help you, Mr. Osborn. I really, really do. I can't give you my blood. Not right now.
Excuse me. Well, you could die.
I'm already dying.
But it could do something worse.
I thought you were supposed to save people. I thought that's what you do is you save
Can you
people.
explain a little better?
You just need a bit more time to
I do
figure
not
out
have
something else.
time! You're a fraud, Spider-Man!
I feel so bad for the villains in this movie.
Yeah.
This has to be one of the few times where I'm like, I felt this way about Spider-Man 2 as well, where it's like I love the heroes so much, but I feel so bad for the villains.
Yeah.
The only thing I keep coming back to, Gwen, is
Miss Stacy? I'm so sorry. I'm already late. Can I?
Is he just realizing where they are?
who am I? I'm John Hopkins. I'm one of the young professors at Harvard, and I've been trying to get her to be a part of my team for a while now.
With a t-shirt and a backpack. Okay, it would have been way funnier if he put his British accent on.
What's the one thing? I have to go to England, Peter. It's important to me.
It's a big opportunity for her.
It is.
I mean, I don't know. Maybe we're on different paths right now. You know, I don't know. Maybe we're just going different ways. I don't know. I've gotta go.
So he came here to be like, the only thing I'm sure about is you. And then she's like, but I'm leaving.
I still wish her good luck.
That's really sweet.
We love a supportive man.
No, they weren't kidding when they said he's a really secretive man. He has like little pockets in his briefcase that are sealed off.
If it's just subway tokens, what's suspicious about that?
They're hidden in a calculator.
No, I mean, like, if someone were to open his case and be like, oh, subway tokens! So?
I don't know. Maybe they're like, oh, he always takes that D train. I bet he's hiding something there.
Approved by Harry Osborn.
Or are they framing him? For covering this up?
An employee is killed, and in your first action as CEO, you cover it up.
No, you covered it up, and then you buried him in the bug house using my name. You are not going to bury me too.
Looks to me like you're halfway in the ground already. It's only a matter of time. You're going to die a horrible death.
Rude. This is gonna sound a certain way. I just don't care about any of this parent stuff.
Dodson! Dodson! We've got Dodson here!
Nobody cares.
I feel like it's almost like we're taking a detour from a more interesting film.
It's like parent backstory breaks.
Yeah, and I'm not
movie.
feeling the connection. You know, if there was like a deep resentment in Peter because, you know, his dad left.
Yeah.
And it was just him uncovering secrets with Harry, maybe, about this special project, and then Harry is like, okay, well, help me. Well, help me. And then Peter's like, does what his dad did, like, oh no. Then it's like, oh, we're repeating the cycle. We don't need to see all this extra stuff. It's a really interesting idea. I just feel like that would need its own film. Like, just focus on that. No Electro.
Like a parent backstory film?
Like a parent backstory movie. Like maybe him versus... Oh! Where's Irfan Khan?
I don't think he's
not here. See, Peter Parker trying to uncover this parent stuff and me seeing all these things.
And then Irfan Khan.
And Irfan Khan is the bad guy.
Turns into a villain.
Yeah, like he's maybe like conspiring to use all these to like create something heinous or something.
That would have been cool.
I just came up with a whole Spider-Man movie.
No, but even like they wouldn't be able to do it now because he's passed away.
This is where he sent the video.
Whatever lies will be told about me, I would like the world to know the truth. And I discovered what they were going to use it for. Weapons, biological weapons, of course. So I refused. The human DNA that I implanted in the spiders was my own. Which means that without me, without my bloodline, Oscorp can never replicate or continue my experiments.
Yeah, you could have had a whole movie where it was about them making these biological weapons from the spider crap. Mm-hmm. And maybe they're targeting Peter because they need the bloodline, you know, like William Turner style.
My father's blood. My blood.
Would have been interesting.
That could have been a whole movie.
It really feels removed. Like I see the parallels of them putting together their different pasts.
Yeah,
right now.
I see that.
But
you could have Harry in a story like that, but I feel like the Electro stuff and the Gwen stuff, like maybe have Gwen go to England, and then that's when all this stuff goes down with Harry and everything, you know?
I need you to get me into Oscorp.
Get you in. You own it.
Not anymore. Oscorp betrayed us both, so I can't get in there without you, and you can't get out of here without me.
I actually believe that these two would meet each other and would help each other.
Possibly know what I want.
You submitted a design for the grid, and they stole it. And now you want it back. You just want to take back what's yours. You are my only chance that I have at surviving.
You need me?
Yes. I need you.
Oh, damn.
I had a friend once. It didn't work out.
Yeah, me too.
Then let's go catch a spider.
That was a good line.
It's me. I got into Oxford. Woohoo! I came by your house a little bit ago, and you weren't there, and so...
I feel like that's so obviously a scene that was redone.
Yeah.
I did see a thing of, like, deleted scenes, because Mary Jane was supposed to be in this movie.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be Shailene Woodley. And one scene was her going, like, she goes to Peter's house.
You mean Gwen?
Yeah, Gwen goes to Peter's house. He's not there, and she meets MJ. And they, like, shake hands and talk, and she realizes, I think he'd be good for you, and I think you'd be good for him. And so she, like, feels like she can leave.
Scene?
Well, they cut her out of the movie. So I'm like, that's so clearly, like, an added thing to be like, oh, we didn't have that scene.
Okay, so...
He's enjoying this a little too much.
Time recalcitrant, unworthy, defective urchin, freaks.
Sorry, that's just not the answer we were looking for.
Oh my god.
Wow. They're quite the duo.
I'll say.
It's all yours.
It's actually kind of interesting as well that it's not like your typical sort of villain team up where one like betrays the other. He literally was like, you did me a solid, cool, it's all yours.
I see green everywhere. You know what that means. The Hulk is coming.
Oh! I saw robotic arms!
Oranius Oscorpus.
Cute.
Hilarious.
Oh my god, is that their shipper name?
No, their ship name should be like Spiderborn or something.
Oh, I like that! Spiderborn! Yeah, why would you
injected in the arm that's holding a gun.
Oh my god.
Also, your hand needs to be passive. You can't have your hand like
oh yeah, you
gripped.
can't be like all tense.
Can't be tense.
Whoa, why is his clothes ripping?
I don't know. It kind of reminds me of Jim Carrey. Cindy Lou goes like,
oh, it's like accelerating it.
oh my god.
Oh!
It's like the room knew, you'll be needing this.
Well, they said this heals, yeah.
Okay.
They said that earlier, the suit heals you. Ooh, that was a cool shot. Oh, she's in the outfit.
No. Okay.
Okay, that is so
How
romantic.
sweet is that?
You're wrong about us being on different paths. We're not on different paths. You're my path. And you're always gonna be my path.
Aww.
I know there's England. Both of us. I'm following you now.
I mean, this is really sweet, but also, again, a little bit weird.
I have issues with this.
Your girlfriend should not be your path.
She shouldn't be your whole path.
Yeah.
And also, you said earlier, like, oh, my stuff with my dad and this stuff with Harry, I just don't know what to do. The only thing I'm sure about is you. That's great.
Right.
But your solution to that is, well, I'll just run away.
Just dip.
I'll just run away. I'll just abandon my problems and be in love. Woo!
If we're talking real about relationships, you should be a whole person on your own.
You need to be, walking down the path together. He has responsibilities here.
Yeah.
In New York, particularly dealing with this stuff with his dad and Harry. Those are the things he listed.
Yeah.
And you can't just abandon that because Gwen's going to England for a couple years. But I do think it was nice for them to come to that conclusion of that arc of I'm choosing to be with you.
Well, that was the last act.
Yeah, I gotta go.
I'm coming with you.
Gwen, you're not coming with me.
Yes, I am.
Why?
It's too dangerous.
You don't need to
Coming with
come.
you. I've seen the grid specs and I know how to reset the entire system.
Gwen.
Well, okay, if you need someone to reset the system,
Okay.
then yeah, no, you should go. That's cute.
Oh, I just know I know bad things are going to happen.
I know. Well,
I know she's
that's the one thing I remember about this movie.
I'm like,
is that she dies.
I'm dreading it.
You're too late, Spider-Man. I designed this power grid. Now I'm gonna take back what is rightfully mine.
Ooh, that was like Tobey. That is so much electricity.
You have to go off to war? I know how to help you.
What are you doing?
I know the grid specs. I can reset the system.
You can't be here right now.
I've seen the thing where that's like, they look like they're singing.
Nobody makes my decisions for me. All right? Nobody. This is my choice. Okay? My choice.
Again, I feel like in the writer's room, they were so adamant, like, we have to make it clear that it was her choice to be here. Which is not a bad thing, because they did that with MJ at the end of Spider-Man 2 as well. This is my choice. It's not up to you.
Let me make my own decisions.
It's just sad that her choice did lead to that consequence. Oh, nice. The special effects in this movie are really good. I don't think movies really look like that anymore.
No, I think sometimes
it's like so green screened that it looks so fake. Huh. I just realized something.
What?
Did he ever find out who Spider-Man was? How does he get pulled into No Way Home if he doesn't know who Spider-Man is?
Wait a minute.
A good question for another time.
Oh, cheese.
I'm sorry. Did you say cheese?
Cheese.
Piecing it together.
When you said Spider-Man said no, you meant you said no.
That line makes no sense with what happened. He said, when you said Spider-Man said no. But he was with Spider-Man.
And Spider-Man directly said no to him.
Again, that must have been a different film scene. I'm picking up on the clues.
No, Gwen!
Oh god.
Oh
No! I know it's gonna happen.
Oh, I don't know why in my head I kind of forgot that he's the one
who kills her.
You know what? Your shipper card has been revoked. Toxic. Bad.
No!
Oh, what a shot!
That was so good.
I got you, Gwen. I'm gonna put you down right here.
Okay, look at the sides. There's like a rail and everything. Why didn't he just put her there?
I guess he didn't have time because Harry came down so quickly.
This is so intense.
There are so many like, oh, she's gonna die. No, wait, not yet.
God, the music, the cutting, everything is just.
This is an intense fight too.
Oh my god.
Oh my god. There's nothing to catch her at all.
Oh my god. No. I know it's gonna happen. I'm like, no. Go, 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 go! I heard that.
Too, like the clock was like spinning back,
Yeah.
like time. Like I wish I could rewind time. Oh, this is gonna break my heart, isn't it?
Hey.
This is gonna make me cry, isn't it?
Stay with me. Stay with me. You stay with me.
It's just like the mom. Blood was coming out of the nose.
No, please. Please.
Oh my god.
Oh, they did it. They made me cry. And I'm like, damn it, I'm wearing makeup.
You're starting to cry.
I'm not starting to cry.
You are too starting to cry.
I feel so bad for this family.
I know. First the
Your dad slash husband, and now your sister slash daughter. This kind of reminds me of that really cool shot in Twilight.
Yeah.
Where it's like the seasons go by.
Time is going by, yeah.
So this is, I guess, kind of like the Arkham Asylum.
You've made progress.
I've identified several
Wait, what happened? Why does he look normal again?
Who is this?
Speaking of progress, you're looking better.
Yeah, how'd you do
Comes
that?
and goes.
Oh.
I don't like that.
Everything you need is already at Oscorp.
Access
Who is this?
Welcome, Mr. Fierce.
Reminds me of the hat guy
Mr.
from
Fierce.
Here,
He said Mr. Fierce.
Doc Ock! Wings.
Rhino. See?
Rhino! So, were they setting up a Sinister Six thing?
Maybe.
Because that's what No Way Home is supposed to be, like Sinister Six. So they were setting it up here, I suppose. Maybe. A little early, but...
Kid is back.
Hey, it's placeholder Miles, is what I'm going to call it. Because I wish it was Miles.
The entire world seems to be asking the same question. Where is Spider-Man?
The whole world?
I think all of New York City.
I think it'd be New York City is asking, you haven't helped the world, no offense.
Been putting some of Ben's stuff in boxes, and it's so funny, the heavier the box gets, the lighter I feel.
You throwing his stuff away?
No, God, no. I'm gonna take one last look, and I'm gonna put it where it belongs.
2.5 years, I'm assuming, now that it's winter.
Yeah.
No matter how buried it gets, or how lost you feel, you must promise me that you will hold on to hope.
And even if we fail, what better way is there to live?
I told you I would be back!
See, here I understand shooting right away, because he's in a giant mecha suit shooting at people and throwing things. stupid child! What are you doing?
I should call him Baby Spider-Man.
I shall call him Squishy.
I knew you'd come back.
They just throw him the megaphone.
On behalf of the fine people of New York City and real rhinos everywhere, I ask you to put
real
your
rhinos.
That was a weird ending.
It's a weird ending. I mean, I guess it
was a cool shot, but a weird ending.
It's a great shot, but a weird ending.
And this presentation here feels like
the end.
Like an ending, weirdly enough.
I feel like maybe they knew it was... Did they know it was over when it came out? Or was it canceled after the fact? Well, that was the first one. I mean, I've teared up at some of the other ones, but that was the first one to actually make me cry.
I definitely teared up.
I cried. Final verdict. It's tough. There's so many parts in here that I enjoyed. Mm-hmm. And I feel like I might be in a minority with this, but particularly the villains, I really enjoyed. I sympathized with them, I understood their motivations, and I understood their decision-making, and I felt so bad for them. So, but there's so many things story-wise that I was like, what are you doing? I don't understand this. I'm gonna give it a 6. 6. I'm like, do I want to give it a 6.5? Or a 6? It's so hard. Come on. You know what? I'm gonna go with 6.
Okay.
And this is why. Because I thought of this while she said it. When she first brought up England, I was like, I'll wait to see how that all plays out, knowing that she was gonna die and they weren't gonna go to England. Here's the thing. So I know that people love to compare.
Compare what?
Compare like this one and Tobey's and Tom's, and they compare all the time.
Okay.
And a common thing that I've heard is that like Mary Jane Watson is a terrible love interest, and I think I did my due of establishing that she was a great character and a great love interest in our commentaries. But I always have heard, and I even heard way back in the day, like when compared to Gwen, they're like, there's no contest. Gwen is superior in all aspects. And I gotta say, I really enjoy Gwen Stacy, and I think she's a great character, and I think she's a great love interest for this Peter. However,
what is it?
There's something here that no one has, maybe someone has pointed it out, but I'm getting the feeling they haven't. Here's my problem. I love that they do, in a way, give her own story in the sense like, oh, I have an opportunity to go to England, and that's very important to me. I love that. However, her motivations make absolutely no sense. And now that we're done the movie, I can say that in absolute certainty, and this is why.
Yeah.
This is why. Tell me if this makes sense.
Okay.
Okay? You are irritated that Peter keeps breaking up with you. And so you go, and I quote, I break up with you. She said it in such a way that it's never leaving my mind. 2 years pass. No contact. You just maybe I think maybe he's stalking me, but I'm not sure. But no contact. You then get a phone call. You have an opportunity to go to England for school.
Yeah.
And that's when you decide, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to call Peter and say, I think we should be friends. Reveal to him that you're moving to England. And what are you expecting from him exactly? What is it that you want him to say? That's what I don't understand.
That's a good point.
And then when he is chasing her down, being like, I want to be with you, you're the thing that's certain in my life. She's like, I have to go, Peter. I have to go to England. I'm like, you didn't have to tell him in the first place. You are the one who started this. You are the one who brought him back into your life when you heard you were going to England, and you specifically called him to tell him you're going to England. So I don't understand. What is your motivation? I don't understand that.
That's a good point.
That makes absolutely no sense to me. Like, so that's why you're getting a 6. It would have been a 6.5. It's a 6. Sorry, I got really heated there for a second.
All of you are getting so much relationship advice from us through these movies for some reason. But
in doubt, look at a Spider-Man movie for what not to do or what to do.
Oh my god.
No, I'm just saying, like, their romance in general and their chemistry is so beautiful, and I love that. But I'm just saying that the romance in this film, and because that was basically her only storyline, I'm like, Yeah, that makes no sense.
The actual like structure of that, like how it interlocks with Peter's story, happens to just generate the story where it needs to go. But if you were to just, like we did with Mary Jane, like we constantly did that through the Tobey ones, which was like, but what about Mary Jane's perspective here?
Yeah.
And I'm like, it's the same thing with this. And like, if you just took it from Gwen's perspective, it's like, why? The only thing I would say maybe why she called Peter is because she's got exciting news about like, hey, I've got this great opportunity. It could also be that, well, you said she's suspecting that maybe he's watching her, like she feels like his presence, which you're never gonna get me to agree that I think that is.
I still think it's
romantic.
Weird.
I don't.
Think it's weird.
Like, let's be real, okay? This is a safe space. We can all be honest and say that I'm sure all of us around the world have randomly been like, hey, let me look up my ex and see what they're up to.
You've all done it at least.
We've all done it. If we're being honest, like from Gwen's perspective, she's also thinking, you know what? It's about science. I miss talking about Peter with science. And you start thinking about your relationship and you start thinking about your history. And you're like, you know what? It's the thing everybody says, right? They're like, you always think you're going to meet so many people in your life and like they're all going to have like special connections to you. But we all know that when you meet someone, whether it's your best friends or your family members or your significant other, it's rare that you find someone that you connect with on such a level. Like, oh
That's
my God.
true.
And so I can see why, like I said, we all go there. Sometimes you're like, I miss them, or I wonder what they're up to, or I hope they're okay. Like maybe that's where Peter's going with checking up on her. Like, I hope she's okay, like safe. Sure. Not just a random pondering, especially now with the pandemic. But I mean,
I guess, okay, fine.
There was no pandemic. We're totally getting off track.
I know. I guess I could get on board with it. It's just this. It's the fact that, 1, it's been 2 years. Okay? 2, you broke up with him.
Yeah.
And 3, you brought him into your life to tell him about England. And then when he's coming around to like, I think I do want this to be a relationship, she's like, I have to go to England, Peter. This is important to me. And I'm like, why did you tell him?
It kind of sounds like your typical self-destructive behavior. Like,
I don't understand.
I have this big opportunity, but it's scary, so let me find something to latch on to. And then protest this, which it just sounds like bad idea.
It makes it seem to me that you're making silly decisions as a love interest, which you're allowed to do.
People do that.
Just admit it. That makes no sense. It makes no sense. Okay.
Sorry. That was
we can get more into the analytics. What's your score? We totally got off topic because I was just
okay. We'll cut out all the unimportant stuff. This movie in particular, I enjoyed it again watching it. Like as a whole, like there are definitely parts of this movie where I feel like whether it's character introductions, like Harry coming in, like we didn't know him before. So you could maybe, like if someone had seen the Sam Raimi Spider-Mans, you could maybe be like that association, like, oh, they're best friends. But it was kind of jam-packed in there. Electro as well, like we had mentioned during the commentary, I can understand at its root the idea of being like, I want to be seen and I want to be important and special. Like who hasn't felt that way? So I can understand that, but the approach of Electro's kind of behavior, it did seem quite sudden. It was like all of a sudden.
That's true, it did go like.
It was very quick. It was like all of a sudden, I'm so into Spider-Man. No, wait, now I hate Spider-Man. Like, even though he was a cool villain, and he had some really great speeches in there, too. For his character, at the root of it, I feel like there's some really good stuff there. But actually played out, it did feel quite quick, just like everything else did with a lot of the other characters. One thing I will say that I really, really liked about this movie that I think was actually not as strong in the first one was the theme of this movie, which was time. I'm like, when you think about it,
I felt that.
There are so many things that link back to time. You know, like it starts with the watch, Gwen Stacy's death at the clock tower, the rewound, like we said, about the spinning back when she drops. There's the whole thing with the dad when he finds like the thing and he's like, I just wish I had more time with my son. And with Electro, it's all about, with my time here on this planet, all I want is to be special and to be seen and to feel important. With the Goblin, it's all about, I need more time.
I'm running out of time.
I want more time. I want to feel like me, and like I want to fight my disease. All of those things were really prevalent.
In Gwen's speech.
It's in Gwen's speech, and even just at the end, Peter deciding, you know what, this part of his time here with Gwen is now gone. It's over. And now he's got to start a new era of himself and his journey. And like, how do you want to spend your time? I want to help people by being Spider-Man. Yeah. So, I mean, there were some really good punches in there about this is the theme of this movie. Keep remembering that. And so that's why I think I can walk away from this movie being like 6.5. Because I feel like they're the elements that were strong, really strong. Like at the bare bones of this movie, there's a strong premise there, and there's a strong, like, theme, which I can get behind. You noticed a lot throughout the movie where it was, like, an obvious rewrite dialogue.
There were so many moments where I was like, this feels like it was either shoehorned in later, or they were changing stuff around. Even at the end there, I saw way earlier, like, this was maybe, like, 3, 4, 5 something months ago.
Right.
When I was, like, on a Spider-Man, like, ooh, all this stuff about Spider-Man's coming out, cool. And I saw a video of, like, some behind-the-scenes stuff of Shailene Woodley's scenes. It's almost like B-roll. Like, but I saw her, like, roll up to the house, and she's, like, wearing, like, leather, and she's, like, talking with Peter. You just saw the back of her head. Like, when the rhino was attacking, I just saw the back of her head. But there was, like, it's supposed to be, like, I think, way at the beginning when he's, like, swinging through or something. She's supposed to, like, walk out of that cafe as a waitress. I remember more about the non-released Mary Jane scenes than I do about this actual movie. What does that tell you?
Oh my goodness.
Again, I felt that the motive, maybe not so much the quickness of it, because everything was pretty like
it was
quick.
Just like, gotta get this out.
But the bare bones of like what they were going for with Electro, with the motivations, and with Harry with the motivations, I felt for them. Mm-hmm. But I could just feel when there were certain scenes, like I said, like that line with Harry where he was like, you said Spider-Man said no? You meant you said no. I'm like, that was so clear. There clearly was a scene
with them
where it was supposed to be Peter delivering the message of like, yeah, Spider-Man said no, which would have been way worse. And it actually, oh my god, that makes way more sense when Harry's like, yeah, I thought I had a friend too. Because the last scene we see of Harry and Peter is when Peter's like, yeah, I'll talk to Spider-Man. And he's like, thank you. So that makes no sense unless they cut out and redid a scene. And like that that thing of voiceover with her like calling, I was like, why wouldn't you just show us her going to his house? Unless, oh yeah, right, you had to cut out Mary Jane's. The parent stuff, not my cup of tea. Like I said earlier, I just feel like it would have been cooler if that was a whole other movie. If, like, this movie was just about, like, maybe Electro and Gwen, and then a different film was, like, Irfan, I know they can't, but, like, with Irfan Khan being, like, the big bad, and maybe he's the one, instead of that random white guy whose name I never knew.
I don't know what his name is.
I didn't know who he was. Well, how much cooler would it have been if that was Irfan Khan?
And then it's about, like, him dealing with, like, oh, that's, like, the villain for Harry.
Yeah, and it's like, he's also spying. He's looking for Peter because of the blood, like William Turner.
There's a good story
there. There's a good story there. And then that would make sense why Peter is, like, looking into all these things, and maybe Harry, when it comes to that point of Peter being like, I can't help you, or Spider-Man can't help you, is like, you betraying me just like your dad betrayed my dad.
And they're, like, working together to solve it, and then it rips them apart.
That would have been a whole great movie. And also, it would have given more weight to that idea of Peter's dad possibly being a traitor, and we would have maybe show me some flashbacks of them as kids. Like, maybe in that scene you showed, of that flashback of of them visiting Aunt May and being like, oh, we think he's a traitor. Maybe show a young Harry, like, comforting him instead of just telling me, you were there for me. I'm like, well, that's nice. Because you're right. It's that thing where it's like, yeah, we have that association because of the Raimi films. Yeah. But if you haven't seen the Raimi films, and if you haven't read the comics, I'm just going off of just moviegoers here. Yeah. Then for you, it's just like, who is this? I mean, and even then, we got more ex-boyfriend energy than I did ex-best friend energy.
Maybe it's just us. I don't know. But
I got the vibe. I got the vibe.
Especially in the elevator with Gwen. She's like, are you guys still dating?
Are you like, I thought he would, I guess broke up. I'm sad in a way that we never got a third one.
Yeah.
But it would have been cool if back in the day they did open the multiverse and like Spider-Gwen came in. That would have been cool. Like Emma Stone as Spider-Gwen. That would have been interesting.
That would be interesting, but also like really kind of sad because then it's not really his Gwen.
I'm not saying they'd get together because I know Spider-Gwen's supposed to end up with Miles. I can get why they wouldn't do it though because it's too complicated.
Yeah.
You should have done my sequel. Should have done the one I just came up with.
That would have been cooler.
Although that would we wouldn't have that scene with Gwen dying, which I gotta be honest, if you just take that scene and just lift it out of the movie, perfection.
10.
Absolute perfection. Like that's one of those things where you see like it's a perfect scene. Like it's well directed, well edited, the music is perfect, the acting is perfect.
And the constant, like, because again, most people knew Gwen was gonna die. I think, especially if you knew the comics and you know Spider-Man's story.
Yeah, the outfit.
The outfit
pretty iconic.
Was pretty iconic. Like, you know she's gonna die. So, I mean, it's like even like the first drop before they even get into the tower, and then she almost drops again, and it's like, oh, maybe she will, maybe she won't. And then when it's like, oh, it finally happens, you're so used to the like, oh wait, no, she's fine. No wait, no, she's fine. Oh wait, no, she's gonna be fine. That's it. Andrew's done.
Overall, Andrew's done. We're gonna move on to Tom next. Barraging into the MCU. We'll tell you more about our background with that next time. Like, at least with these, I saw them once years ago and then forgot stuff.
Tom's, you haven't
I've
seen it
never seen it at all. So
Never.
I'm really curious to see how they went with this one.
Yeah. Thank you for watching. We appreciate it. And you can go ahead and click that subscribe button to see when the next commentary is coming out and when Marie puts up more videos. And press the like button if you enjoyed this video. We appreciate your support and we'll see you next time.
Okay.
Bye.